Welcome back to the channel. As promised, I would do an update video on the fodder system, which definitely has its ups and downs, and with my first time, this is actually the first week doing it, I've learned a little bit. So, since originally building this system, you can see we have a lot of growth, and I have since added a fan. It is in the garage currently. It does get very hot and humid in here, and I don't think that really helps things. And these trays in the center do get a lot of airflow, so they dry out relatively quick, but it was very thin, and I think that didn't help us either. So these trays are kind of not where they should be. As you can see, the growth should be there. The top trays, definitely better, but we don't really have the root mat that I would really like, and this grass is just not dark green. It's really light green. So maybe I'm overwatering, I'm not sure. We still have some that really didn't sprout. I'm gonna feed these two today, and we're gonna reset and start two more. Going down through, this tray looks really nice. That one's doing pretty well. And these two trays down here in the bottom, I think I'm figuring out the thickness for the most part and getting that dialed in. And I think I really started figuring that out down through here. So couple things that I would definitely change with this is this was 64 inches tall by 4 foot wide. If I had to do it over, I would make it that the width would be these trays tight against each other. And reason for that is you got to have them lined up so one tray runs the water into the next one, so on and so forth. You run into issues with that if they're not lined up. It's going to miss, go on the floor, splash all over the place. And the other thing that I had considered was raising the shelves a little bit higher. They probably don't need to be this far apart. Overall, we got a decent amount of growth for what we have. But again, just not a dark green. And we probably, I don't know if we have some root rot. We really don't have a good root mat there at all. So I'm kind of thinking we might have overwatered a little bit. Again, first week doing it, so I gotta take all this in and learn it, but not terrible for the first week doing it. It's going to provide feed for the chickens, so we'll definitely feed these out and do a reset tray. And again, this right here has some sprouts in it, but super thin. That needs to be thicker. And maybe I need to adjust the fan as well. One issue I had originally was with mold growing, and I didn't really rinse the grain the best on the first couple times. So I added the fan to try and help with airflow, and then I rinsed the grain a lot more than what I originally was doing, which seemed to help. Still had some spots that would appear here and there, and I just sprayed them really heavy with the hose or removed them completely. But overall, it doesn't seem to be too bad. There might be a couple spots here and there, and it's just the white mold type stuff, which, you know, doesn't cause, to my understanding, doesn't cause any issues as far as respiratory issues or anything like that. Definitely some changes. I think a little bit less water and monitor the mold a little bit more. Again, the garage is super humid in here, so that doesn't help anything. Enough grain soaking for another 2 trays, which is typically 2 pounds per tray. So I do 4 pounds at a time. And I didn't weigh the trays after they grown like that, so I don't know what they weigh after the fact, which I will do at some point just to see what we're converting 2 pounds of seed to. But basically this has a little line at 2 quarts, and I fill it up to that, and that roughly equals 2 pounds, roughly. Gives me enough in the bottom of the trays so it has good coverage and good thickness. That works pretty good. Next amount of grain is soaking. I let this for like 9 to 10 hours, scoop the floaters. And then start the next trays. So that's an update of where I'm at with this in the first week. Decent amount of growth in some of the trays. Some of the trays, again, were thin. Others had too much water. So it's kind of definitely a learning game for sure. But once I get it dialed in and everything, I think we'll be in good shape. So quick little update. That's where it is. Any questions on this, be sure to let it in the comment section below, and I'll try and answer whatever I can. It's a learning process, as I said. So we'll tweak things, change how we're doing some things, and hopefully it works out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.